There are 6 emotional needs that Tony Robbins talks about: safety, variety, recognition, love and connection, growth and contribution. If you know your prospect's blueprint, you can easily connect with them and you can sell them anything, literally anything. If I know your blueprint, I can literally walk up to you in a Best Buy, and I like Best Buy obviously, because I like to buy lots of technology, and I could sell you anything in the store and probably have you walking out of there with as much as you have spent on your house. Now, if you know their blueprint, this is an example blueprint of one of our prospects. We have different prospects for different products, but this is one of them. I have no idea which one. But their primary, by the way, low means that they need it the most. So if you can have your ideal prospect go through this, and again, Facebook me, facebook.com/hawkmikado. I will send you the whole blueprint, and we have a 30, 45-minute training. It's actually in the Funnel Genius group as well. I did it in there. So the lowest number is the most important because that's the one they have the least of. So this person needs more safety and security. They need more love and connection, which is basically more group activities. And where's the other one? And they need more recognition, so they need to feel like an expert. So want to make more money and learn in a group setting, so that they can feel like the experts that they already are, but don't believe that they are yet. Cool. So if I was to come up with a problem, a large problem, and then symptom number 1, by the way, this could be a webinar, this can be turned into a free report, this can be turned into a training program. There's more slides, you'll want to wait a second. You also have in these, if you want to expand it, so these are transitional, and this is a whole process we do with our VIP clients. So these are the 3 key ones, but there are also 3 secondary needs and desires that you can also hit on when you're having a conversation with them. So if you were to create, so knowing that these are their 3 most important, and I was to create a program where we had symptoms 1, 2, and 3, and then each of those had subsymptoms, you could offer and go in depth in each one of these. The cool thing is each one of these can be broken down into a 4-part video series or a 3-part video series with a webinar on the end. It could be broken up into training modules. It could be broken up into individual webinars. So just so you know, this is technically this is module number 3 expanded in our webinar. Part of our webinar. I've gone into lots of other actual in-depth training. Like in our webinar, we don't really go as deep as we did, but it's basically I went really deep into live launches. Like, how do you actually do it? What's the process? What are the different things in it? So you're actually getting parts of our training program in this, which is kind of cool. So here's the thing. So you have your title. You can also do a subtitle. Main point, main point, main point. At least 2 subpoints I recommend, preferably 3. And then, of course, don't forget your call to action. I think that is actually, yep. So we're going to go back to this page. So I want you to not worry about this part, but come up with the big problem. What's one big problem that you can solve for your customers? And you've got, you can take this home with you. You can do whatever you want. We're going to go back to this so that we can start with this. So what's the big problem you solve? So how to make a ton of money online without having to worry about generating leads. So the whole how-to without is a great way to demonstrate your big problem. And then secret number 1, secret number 2, and secret number 3. Cool thing is that becomes your landing page copy. Then you expand it to this guy here, and this is actually what we deliver and make it look sexy and pretty and add a little bit of actionable information. But this is what we turn into the deliverable that we give in on that landing page. So how many of you have tried to create a 30-page opt-in gift? My wife's over there raising her hand because she just did. My dad, I know he just did. He created this really long thing on how to all this fitness stuff, And I took it from him and I cut everything out. And I'm like, here you go. Here's your opt-in gift back. So take your things, and this can become your opt-in. One of the best things when you deliver an opt-in gift, it should be consumable in 5 to 7 minutes. If it takes more than 7 minutes to consume your opt-in gift, you're over-delivering and you're over-complicating and you're making your customers feel like they've gotten so much and they're not going to buy after that, because now they're at per out. The same thing that we had with the 6-month program, we had to basically go back to the fact that they really just need 5 to 7 minutes of consumable information.
Can you give them the example of the big combo? Like, give them the example of that?
I'll give our webinar title because that's the easiest one. How to get your genius out to the masses without having a large list. We have multiple titles. The other title is 3 Steps to Attract the Masses. I have to pull it up. But it's basically, so one of our symptoms is attract the masses, become the go-to expert, and change the world, or the other option is make a lot of money doing it, basically. So safety and security is interchangeable with contribution for some of our customers. Yeah?
Oh, I was just going to ask you to back it up because I don't remember what the S.
Yeah, I can.
G and all the things are.
Totally fine. I went really fast through that. It's the 6 Emotional Needs by Tony Robbins. So safety, security, certainty, variety, adventure, fun, excitement, recognition, significance, reverence, basically feeling like you're revered, love, connection, community, family, friends, depending on which industries you're in, these are all interchangeable. Growth, learning, development, personal growth, personal development, education, contribution, giving back, donations. Yep. Sorry, this is masculine energy and feminine energy. So they should be balanced. And this is actually an older version. What we found out is, so the feminine is a combination of these two. Masculine is a average. Sorry. So take the 2 and then divide it by 2. And we found that in most cases, if your customer tells you that these are higher than that these are actually higher than the rest of them, that it's usually not true. Now, we do this from what the customer believes they're at, not where they actually are. That's really key, because you don't talk to somebody where they actually are. You talk to them. I have a colleague who is, if he has 1 cent under $1 million in his bank account, he goes from wearing $10,000 suits to telling people he's broke, to wearing sweatpants, to literally you'll see, and he has different like his entire demeanor changes, and it's like, dude, you're still very rich. And he's like, yeah, but I don't have $1 million in my bank account. And then he gets really into scarcity, and his whole sales technique changes, and he feels like he's at a 4. Even though if you were to talk to somebody else, they'd be like, he's like a 10. The dude has more money than he knows what to do with. But he has less than $1 million in his bank account. So his belief structure around it is, I'm poor, I'm broke, I'm X. When it's really, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I have lots of money, and ironically, he teaches people mental acuity. So I got to kick his ass a couple of times.
Does this work for non-info products?
Yeah, I can sell somebody a TV with this. I can literally walk in, if I know your blueprint of what your emotional needs are, I can talk to. What's the time? Just want
3 minutes to 8.
Okay. So, for instance, if safety obviously being a really hard one when you're selling a product, especially a high-ticket product. But let's say you wanted an HD 104-inch curved TV that does 3D, and it's only $9,999.95 because we're at Best Buy. And your primary need is safety, which means that you need to make sure that you're being taken care of financially, emotionally, physically, and that you're going to have a roof over your head and be able to pay for it. You need love and connection. We're going to use that one. And you want to feel like you're the best person in the world. So you want to have your friends over to experience the best football game or whatever your sport of choice is. And so you say, hey, everybody, I'm going to invite you over, but you don't have a TV. So you go to Best Buy and you're like, I need a TV that's very nice, but doesn't cost me a lot of money because my child just threw something at my TV and it broke. And so you go into Best Buy and you go, okay, well, looking for TV, and you come up to me and I'm not a Best Buy rep, and you go, you know what, it's totally cool. You know what are you looking for? And you're like, I just want something basic. And I say, well, what about something that's really going to help you bring your family together, bring your friends together, and make sure that you guys have an incredible time. Such a great time that your friends look up to you. They look up to you in such a way that they truly want to come over all the time because they know that your house has some of the best experiences around. Now the thing is, I know that it's $9,999.95, but don't worry about that because with the Best Buy credit card, you can do whatever you want to do. You can actually buy it, and the cool thing is you don't even have to pay interest on it. And with things at that price, like we got like 24 months financing on something that we bought. It was a bunch of computers. And you know what? While you're at it, let me ask, do you have the cable? You have the right cables for it? Cool. So there are some really good cables, and they actually connect to your computer. And the cool thing is that you can also connect it to an Apple TV. And the Apple TV will connect to your phone, and you can actually start to broadcast things like YouTube and Netflix and all the things that you want to be able to broadcast. So not only do you not need cable anymore, but now you can connect to the world. By the way, have you seen the new iPad? Because the new iPad, one of the best things about it is now you can play with your friends, you can connect with your friends, and it's only an extra $1,297. And with the new iPad Pro, you can actually draw, you can do more business, which will allow you to make more money. Because you're making more money, you're going to be able to have more friends and more free time to do the things that you want. Because when it comes down to it, you just want to be able to give back. And the more you give back, the more you learn, and the more ability you have to go to events and seminars. And by the way, I'm running this really great seminar. So somehow you went in to buy a $500 TV, and I just sold you on $27,000 worth of stuff. No, I got fired from every job that I've ever worked at. But there is actually, this is like, if you want to break this down, and this is not supposed to be part of this component of it, but there is actually a sales process that works literally in any business as long as you understand, if you can connect one component of what you do to each one of these 6 needs, you can sell any program to anyone as long as you know that it's going to support them. If it doesn't support them, they won't buy because it's not going to fit. Like if you have a program that helps them lose money fast, and it's like, hey, we're going to help you spend tons of money so you can go out and travel the world, they're probably not going to do it. But if if it's like the same, by the way, same product, we've got such an incredible way that you can go travel the world, continue your lifestyle, and isn't going to cost you a ton of money. All you have to do is put a down payment on your house, take a line of equity out of, sorry, we were reading this book earlier, it's like take equity out of your house so that you can go and make money. And I'm like, that's stupid. Sorry, completely off track here. But you can sell as long as it's, and so here's the secret. come up with one component to each of your products or each of the line items in your product that fit each of the 6 needs. Make sure that your primary focus is on the 3 most, whatever your prospects' 3 most important things. Remember, the low number is the most important because they need more of it. And in how this works, and you can get the free training in the Facebook group. And then you ask them, what is it that they want? Why don't they have it? And what would their life look like when they did have it? When they got rid of the pain and got the solution, they will literally tell you the benefits of what it would mean to them to have it. You can sell any program to anybody ethically and responsibly as long as it's in line with what they need. And then, of course, it comes down to price. So don't get into a sales conversation with me, basically, is what I'm saying. That was a joke. Nobody ever laughs at my jokes. That was actually, I thought that was a pretty good joke. It wasn't bad? Okay, I just didn't get the laughs on it. So anyways, that's
You gotta say, joke coming up, and then say it, and then laugh.
but then it's not, okay, so all right, everybody will laugh at this joke because it's not a joke. It's actually a story that came out and then it became a joke. So my old who I told you was a colleague who made $1 million, and so he used to be our former partner. And now a colleague because I don't talk to him anymore. His main thing is he works with chiropractors, doctors, dentists who are looking to make a lot more money and they need to change their mindset and they need to have the right system. So we did all their marketing, he did all their mindset, and we're in with a doctor and building out his strategy, and is like, okay, so all right, so you need to see this many people, this many hours out of the day, this many days a week in order to be profitable. And he's like, wow, they have to wait a really long time. And I'm like, well, that's why we call them patients. So that's my best joke, and it's an original Hawk joke. So.